how do you feel about sex in your 40s? Not to be too direct about it, but how do you feel?
Well, for me, there's like sex pre-kids and post-kids. And
biologically and physically, or emotionally?
Both biologically,
Okay.
physically, and emotionally.
Okay.
Because sex pre-kid was with the father of my kid, and sex post-kids didn't happen for a really long time, and then was with a new partner, which is you.
Wow. The great reveal.
So it's really different for me. There's like a before and after thing, and then there's also a pre-kids, post-kids thing.
Yeah.
And I think that was really the first sex I had with you was the first sex I'd had with anyone other than my son's father since before that I was 23. So it's like 23-year-old sex and then like 40-year-old sex, and that's a huge jump in terms of what my body had been through and then who I was as a person.
Yeah, that is interesting. And I think I'm probably more casual about it because I didn't have this massive span of sex with just one person for so long before we got together. But I do have to say that like sex in my 40s is like
the best sex you've ever had.
Yeah, it is. I have to say it.
Literally
have to say it. Yeah. I also want to say it.
Is it the truth?
It is the truth. I mean, it's the truth. I think it's the same for both of us. This is a very weird, awkward thing, isn't it? But like,
you need like lie detector tests.
I know.
Like sweat is beading.
Seriously, what it is in my case, I'm like, ooh, because this is different talking about it as well. Like knowing that people will be listening to this as opposed to just chatting to you about it. I feel that there's lots of reasons why sex for me is very different in my 40s, but has also like got better. For me, I think a lot of, and probably guys, I don't know if all guys will relate to this, but I think a lot of guys might relate to this, that you don't really know yourself very well as a man in your 20s and maybe even your 30s. It's why I really feel sorry for, I don't know if that's sorry is the wrong word, they don't need my sympathy, but for guys who got married really early. I think women as well, but I think guys, there's a very different thing there. The biological urge is really different, and when you get married early, I think you are required to essentially decide on who you are sexually like very young. And I think you don't know it. I think you can't know it. I think that's one of those things of age. It's like asking you to know what it's like to ride the bus for free when you're not an OAP. You can't, because you have literally not there. Yeah, I think there's that's a big part. And also for me, like physically, I mean I wasn't very competent or confident sexually in my youth at all. Like, oh my God, we'll make that another recording. But as I got to know myself, and as I did some really specific things like quitting porn, like starting to like play around with masturbatory practices that were much more sensation based and imagination and all sorts of different things, that really changed how I then could experience sex with you.
Yeah.
Which is good. For the better.
I think also for me, and I don't know if this is the case for many women, but I don't think, I played a massive part in the times that my sex life wasn't as good, because when I was younger, I wasn't able to advocate for myself in the same way. And I wasn't listening to my body responses in the same way as well. So any time that sex didn't feel that good or wasn't that satisfying, I thought, oh, that's because I'm not good at it, or like there's something wrong with me, as opposed to going like, well, what can we as a couple do to change this? Or maybe this is a style that doesn't suit me, or maybe let's try this. I kind of felt like there was a duty to like enjoy it and then be good at it. And you're kind of, I don't know, I certainly felt less confident in kind of speaking up for that thing and kind of going, oh, maybe that's not my favorite thing, or maybe I'm not enjoying, or also the other thing is it changes, like what you liked when you were 20 versus what you like when you're 30. And if you're with the same person, then you're having to go, actually, that thing we've done for 10 years, I don't like it anymore. And then that
Yeah.
holds a weight that's really different than going with a new person and going, here are the things I like. And they're like, cool.
It's
It
like a
doesn't
new
hold-
friend, essentially. You're like, you're
Yeah.
whoever you say you are, essentially.
Yeah, you're not having to hold the weight of like,
Yeah.
oh, what? You don't like it? Is that because I'm shit at it now? Or are you?
Mm.
And you're just like, no, I'm just like, my body's different. I've had a baby now.
Yeah.
Like, everything's different.
God help the overthinkers.
Yeah. I'm not one of those.
No, of course not. No,
No.
not your problem.
So
yeah.
sex in your 40s, just quickly, because we're
Mm.
running out of time.
Mm.
Would you go back to sex in your 30s or 20s, or would you choose sex in your 40s?
Oh, choose sex in my 40s, definitely.
Yeah.
Have I not made that clear? Oh, 1,000%. You?
1,000, yeah, 100%. It's the
Yeah.
same as that question when people go, would you like
Not
to go back
1,000.
to being, sorry, 1,000.
I love it. The lie detector. I love it.
It's like when people go like, would you go back to being 18-year-old if you could,
Yeah.
or 20-year-old? And like, fuck no.
Uh,
Like, definitely not.
so far away from it. I'm free from it. I literally feel
Yeah.
free from it. Like I'm free from school. I'm free from my sexual self in my 20s. It's like, yay.
Ah, joy.
Yeah.